Om Tab Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibhiriritam Kalmashapaham Shravana Mangalang Srimadatatam Bhuvi Grinanti Ye Bhurida Janaha Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, your gospel is like nectar and bliss showered upon the pain-stricken lives of suffering humanity. It dispels all the sins and misdeeds of life. It brings spiritual welfare in life. The spiritual beauty, prosperity and grace spreads through and through one who listens to your holy message. They are the real givers who preach and pronounce the nectar of your message to suffering humanity. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we are today again the reading of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, and particularly tomorrow is Buddha birthday, Buddha Purnima, full moon. Of course tonight you can look at the sky, it will appear that it is full, no, beautiful. And so Buddha is so much connected with Buddha's this particular full moon, and this is called thrice blessed day is that day, Buddha Purnima day. Why? Because Buddha was born on this full moon night. Then he died on this full moon night. And he attained his highest illumination on this night, Nirvana. That's why it's called the day is thrice blessed day. And it's a big day. And Sri Ramakrishna, in the Gospel, there is a discussion. It is dated April 9, 1886. There on Friday, there is a discussion about Buddha. And we'll read that particular section. It is Master and Buddha, and the page 947 of the Gospel of Ramakrishna. So, we find that it was about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Narendra, Kali, Niranjan and M were talking downstairs in the Kasipur garden house. Niranjan is talking to M, the writer of the Gospel. Quote, "Is it true that Vidyasagar is going to open a new school? Why don't you try to secure employment there for Naren?" Niranjan is put this question, and Narendra says, "I have had enough of service under Vidyasagar." Narendra had just returned from a visit to Bodh Gaya, where he had gone with Kali and Tarak. The sacred place, he had been absorbed in deep meditation before the image of Buddha. He had paid his respects to the Bodhi tree, which is an offshoot of the original tree under which Buddha attained Nirvana. Kali said, Vedanta, he said, quote, "One day at Gaya, at Umesh Babu's house, Narendra sang many classical songs to the accompaniment of mridanga." Quote end. Sri Ramakrishna sat on his bed in the big hall upstairs. It was evening. M was alone in the room, fanning the master. Latu came in a little later. Master to M, "Please bring a chadar for me and a pair of slippers." M said, "Yes, sir." Master then talked to Latu. "The chadar will cost 10 annas. And then the slipper. What will be the total cost?" Latu then said, 1 rupees 10 annas. Sri Ramakrishna asked him by a sign to note the price. Narendra entered the room and took a seat. Shashi Rakhal and one or two other devotees came in. The master asked Narendra to stroke his feet. He also asked him whether he had taken his meal. Master smiling to him. He went there, referring to Bodhagaya. M said to Narendra, quoting, "What are the doctrines of Buddha?" Narendra. He could not express in words what he had realized by his tapasya. So people say he was an atheist. Master, by science. Why atheist? He was not an atheist. He simply could not express his inner experiences in words. Do you know what Buddha means? It is to become one with Bodha, pure intelligence, by meditating on that which is of the nature of pure intelligence. It is to become pure intelligence itself. Quote ends. This is Ramakrishna said. Narendra, yes sir. There are three classes of Buddhas. Buddha, Arhat and Bodhisattva. Master, this too is a sport of God himself, a new Leela of God. Why should Buddha be called an atheist? This is all Ramakrishna saying. When one realizes Swarupa, the true nature of one's self, one attains a state that is something between Asti is and Nasti is not. Narendra to him. It is a state in which contradictions meet. A combination of hydrogen and oxygen produces cool water. And the same hydrogen and oxygen are used in the oxyhydrogen blowpipe. In that state, both activity and non-activity are possible. That is to say, one then performs unselfish action. Worldly people who are engrossed in sense objects say that everything exists, asti. But the Mayavadis, the illusionists, they say that nothing exists, nasti. The experience of Buddha is beyond existence and non-existence. So we see that about in the afternoon we can think about that. It is the Friday and all these young boys like Naren, Kali, Niranjan, they were all sitting in the two-storied building, Kasipur Garden House, where Ramakrishna lived. Ramakrishna lived in the upper second floor. And the ground floor, first they were all assembled there. And there, a little bit of meeting Narendra just because he has returned from Bodhagaya. Bodhagaya is where? Where Buddha did that spiritual practices. And it is, if you go there, you will find that it has become an international center. International, many Buddhists of all denomination from all over the world, they have their headquarters because there is birthplace like us, for us, Ramakrishna's birthplace is auspicious, no? So for the Buddhist, whole Buddhist world, the Bodhagaya is very auspicious from them. And there is they have planted that tree, bow tree like this, what we have here. And it is under that tree, the Buddha did his austerities and got illumination. So if you get this, you can feel that what is Buddhistic people love it so much. They circumambulate the tree, they salute how many times they salute the tree bell? Because it is a touch of Buddha. Mm. Some people do 1,000 times, like lying down in the floor with sashtanga as you do, lie flat like that, and then get up and again do, again get up, again do in the same place. We do once and then get up, no? But they do it continuously. Someday I have seen 500 times, 1,000 times. So anyhow, that is very auspicious. That and Naren went there with Kali. Kali means who? Abhedananda. So he went there, Bodhi tree, and then Kali said that one day in the Gaya, Bodh Gaya, Gaya means here Bodh Gaya, where all this auspicious thing happened, Narendra sang many musical songs, that is, to absorbing songs there. That's it just. And then they came up to Sri Ramakrishna's second floor. Sri Ramakrishna.
Only they got the sannyasa mantras.
Huh?
The procedure of sannyasa and all these things from Bodh Gaya.
No, I don't think so. It is Akhandananda Swami got from somewhere. Anyhow, that is not, I don't remember that. Maybe we'll have to verify it, that the sannyasa mantras were collected by Swami Abhedananda. And that was from some traditional monastery of Uttarkashi or somewhere. Anyhow, we can check it. Sri Ramakrishna sat on his bed. So he was in the second floor. He is so frail, they're not high bed not very like our standard height, no? It was almost close to the floor, so that you can, from the floor you can just go to the bed. So it is maintained the same way. If you go now, you will find that in his room, that bed of the same type what Ramakrishna used, that is the same type of bed is used. That means it will be maybe 6 inches from the floor height, and then mattress is there. So Ramakrishna sat on his bed. That is a big hall. That is the one hall, that is a big hall in the upstairs. And it was like this evening time, and M was only there alone, and he was fanning master. So just imagine Ramakrishna seated there, and M's picture you can see with the beard, and he is fanning Sri Ramakrishna. And that time Latu came in little later to join. And then master was asking that when you go, bring one chadar for me and one slipper. And he was asking how much it will take, etc. That means making master aware that if you go for purchase, you will have to spend that much money. Anyhow, then Sri Ramakrishna asked, Narendra then entered the room and took a seat. So as Narendra went, so Sosi means Swami Ramakrishnananda, Rakhal Swami Brahmananda. So they all went up. Rakhal and one or two of the devotees also joined them. They came in the second floor. The master asked Narendra to stroke his feet. He also asked him whether he had taken some meal. See the one side affection, this is a sign of affection. Sri Ramakrishna asking some service means it is an opportunity, fortune. So it is not in his own, so he openly tells him to stroke the feet. Master smilingly to him, saying, that means he thought that he will get something more if they go to Buddha's place, Bodh Gaya, no? That's why he is smilingly saying to him, hey, he went Bodh Gaya with a sign. Because his voice was feeble, he could not speak much. Ramakrishna's condition was so bad. See, it is April 1886. And Ramakrishna passed away on what? 16th of August. So it is April, May, June, July, August. After 4 months, Ramakrishna passed away. So naturally body is very sick, very weak. And then he, with a sign he is saying to him, he, means Naren, went to Bodhagaya. M. Then M naturally to discuss something, he asked Naren that what are the doctrines of Buddha? Narendra said he could not express in words what he had realized by his tapasya. So people say he was an atheist. See, young boy, Naren, he is no more Vivekananda, world teacher, and nothing. He is a young boy, just 18, 19 years old. No, he is saying the philosophy of Buddha. And Ramakrishna is already acknowledging that. In the same line, same line of understanding. He could not express in words. Narendra says, Buddha, what he experienced, he cannot express in words. Our Upanishad also says, no. It says, Abang manasa gocharam. The realization is beyond bak. Bak means speech. You cannot express by language what you experienced, no? Manasa, beyond your mind. Bak, mana, agauchar, beyond all these dualities. So, Naren said, Buddha realized the truth, but he could not express. Because he did not express, that's why it is said, because he is kept silent, so he is not talking about God. He does not say. He asked Buddha, is there any God? Well, did I say that? Is there not God? Well, did I say that? So these two types of question, when you ask somebody, he gives a puzzling response, then it indicates that probably he has not understood what is God. So this concept among the people remain that Buddha was an atheist. He didn't believe in God. Really, Buddha didn't believe like the Hindus we believe. No. We believe God, personal, impersonal. Only we say when it goes to the impersonal, we say that impersonal God, when is impersonal, you cannot express. But when personal, then you get overwhelmed with the vision experience. No? You can say, oh, I had seen this, I have seen that, when you come down. But in going to Brahman, when you reach there, you cannot say anything. You become mum. No? Too stupefied in the transcendental experience.
But in Hinduism it says that people who do not believe in the Vedas is the atheist, and Buddha didn't believe
Yeah,
in the
that's
Vedas.
true, that's true. In the scripture they say, who is an atheist who does not believe in Vedas? Hindu scripture said that God, the Vedas, and the experiences, you have to believe in that. No, there is a God. And Buddha denied Vedas. Why? There is some reason. When Buddha is an incarnation, he is not an ordinary person like you and me. So he has come, God himself has come. Why? Because during that time, Hinduism, this highest philosophy of Vedanta, was forgotten. And the Vedas have two wings. One is Karma Kanda, one is called Jnana Kanda. Karma Kanda means you do this ritual, you do this home fire, chant these mantras, you get this benefit. You attain this heaven. You can go to this heaven, that heaven. No? By doing so jagna, they call jagna. We call the sacrificial fire in the puja time, we do that. So, people forgot the higher philosophy. They got engrossed into this karma kanda. This is called karma kanda. It's a karma. By performing that karma, you get all the worldly benefits. Even there is jagna of the kings. Kings used to send one horse. It's called Ashwamedha Jagna. And the horse in this He'll be well decorated. This king, it is king's horse. But there are different territories. The king will write that this is the horse of such and such. Honor it and respect it and sign that you agree, that you acknowledge this great king, who I am, and this horse is my horse. And if you don't agree, and you stop the horse, then the whole army will come to fight with that particular other king, and then conquer them or whatever. So that is the way when this horse goes to different countries. India is always divided in different segments. Kings were there. So when it goes from one place to other and comes back, then they used to, as a victory, they used to keep that horse sacrifice. And that was offered into the home of fire was there performed, Aswamedha Jagna. Anyhow, so this type of Jagna was, or sacrificial worship, took predominance. As a result, the whole of India, they are doing all this karma kanda only. And by karma kanda, what will you gain? You will gain only material prosperity. You can get good name, good fame, honor, but not God. Because you are not asking for God. You are only sakama. As we do selfish work. Work, self-centered work. So, they forgot the Vedic wisdom. Therefore, in many ways, sacrifice, many types of sacrifice become a part of that ritual. And when that ritual went on all over the India, so it was in the name of Jagna, people started slaughtering animals, animal sacrifice. That's why Buddha, primary doctrine was ahimsa, no non-injury. So he fought against it intellectually to say this is not Vedas. So he denounced the Vedas and established that truth. What is the truth? Everything is momentary, everything is changing. But these changes are taking us birth to death, death to birth, this way cycle. So get out of the cycle. Because there are dukkha, there is suffering in life, Buddha's major principle. There is suffering. No one can avoid suffering when you are in the body. So, to get out of the suffering, then you do, some say do the jagna. In the name of jagna, you go on sacrificing animals. No. Remove the ignorance. Like almost Vedanta, language is little different. So, you follow the good dictum, Ashtanga Marga, eightfold path, Four Noble Truths. So these are the principles. Four Noble Truths, you know. What is the Four Noble Truth? There is suffering, 1 point. And there is a way to get out of suffering. No one can deny that there is suffering. Then there is a way to get out of suffering. And there is suffering. Suffering can be overcome. And those are things different. I am talking Four Noble Truth. Four Noble Truth is called there is suffering, and then there is a way to get out of the suffering, and has been ascertained that yes, somebody went away, and there are means. Means eightfold means are there. Hold on to truth, do everything should be done, righteous things to do, so that mind becomes purified, and gradually eight steps are there. So these are the principles of Buddha. And his main theme is that ultimate truth. What is the ultimate truth? It is a state of nirvana. That is a state to be achieved. If you attain that state, you will be perfectly in peace. And you will conquer Jara Marana. Jara Marana, 6 changes of the body. There is birth, there is growth, there is then maturity, decadence, like that. But every person born has these troubles. Birth is dukkha, born down. Birth is dukkha, and then fourth truth. Four Noble Truth comprises the essence of Buddha's teachings. Though they leave much left unexplained, kintu they are the four. Four Noble Truths are, what are the Four Noble Truths? Where is the third Noble Truth? It is not good. Okay. Anyhow, Four Noble Truths, there is suffering point by point, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to get a long lecture now.
There are
I don't need it. It will not help me.
from line number 3.
Truth of suffering, that means there is suffering, that there is an end of suffering, second point, and the truth of the path that leads to the end of suffering. So there are four. What is that? Noble Truth comprises the essence of Buddha's teaching, though they leave much left unexplained. That means they are the truth of suffering. There is suffering. That's one point. Then they say that there is truth. Why? There is a cause of suffering. Second point. Why the suffering came to us? There is a cause. And the cause of suffering. Third, the truth. There is a truth, that there is an end of suffering. Third point. And there is a truth of path. Fourth thing. Do you get it? Four? One point, that there is a truth of suffering. Suffering is there. It's a truth. One point. So why did suffering came? There is a cause of suffering. Second point. And the cause of suffering, third is that the truth of the path. There is a path I can go to overcome the suffering. And that leads to the end of suffering. So these are the four. There is suffering, there is cause of suffering, and truth, end of suffering, and there is a path of suffering. Bas. So anyhow, so these are the four truths, that principle. So Narendra says that what he experienced, he could not explain. Master, Sri Ramakrishna now saying, see, look at that. Who is Vivekananda? A young boy then? Immature boy, people will say. And Ramakrishna, who is an embodiment of God intoxication, who is the avatar incarnation, all this sadhana. See, both are saying the same thing. How much? That's why who is Vivekananda, you can understand here. Master said, why atheist? Why you call Buddha as atheist? He was not an atheist. He simply could not express his inner experiences in words. Do you know what Buddha means? You are talking about Buddha. Buddha is not a man. So Buddha is what? According to Ramakrishna, it is to become one with Bodha. What is Bodha? Bodha means pure intelligence. Satchidananda, no? To absolute consciousness. So, what is Buddha? You tune yourself to that consciousness. That's our spiritual life. Our mind to tune with the consciousness of God. So, do you know what Buddha means? It is to become one with Bodha, pure intelligence. How? By meditating on that which is the nature of pure intelligence. That means every day you meditate on that which is pure intelligence. We meditation in the Saguna aspect on Ramakrishna or Krishna or Buddha or Christ, no? And Nirguna aspect, ocean of light and joy, no? That ocean of light and joy, that may be called the ocean of intelligence, pure intelligence. Chetana, Chaitanya. It is so become pure intelligence. So you're thinking of that yourself, you become Bodha. You become Buddha. That's why everyone can be Buddha. Buddha is not one person. According to Buddhism, you can attain to Bodha, that consciousness, anyone, by raising the consciousness. And how? Removing the ignorance. The same Vedanta talk, no? There is suffering. Why are you suffering? Because there is a cause. Why? Because you are being born. Buddha's argument is very good. There is suffering. You look at life full of suffering. But why suffering? Because you are born. Suppose those who are not here now, they are not frightened. Suppose those who have died already, they are not frightened about coronavirus anymore. No? But we are every day frightened about coronavirus, what will happen, what will happen. There's so much causes, no? So, why you are suffering? Because you are born. If you are not born now, you don't get in trouble of this time. But why am I not born? Why am I? Because you are ignorant. You have some desire. I want this, I want this, I want this. Therefore, to fulfill those desires, you take a body. You have taken a human body, we have taken. Someone is taking a dog body, one is taking a cat body. Why? They have some desire which that body will help them to fulfill. Understand? A dog body has one type of enjoyment. You can have to that body. Cat can enjoy certain things. The flying birds can enjoy another way. No? So whenever desire is there, to fulfill this desire, accordingly, you have some body. It may be all the types of created bodies we find in the universe. There are different vehicles through which you can enjoy what is your desire. But this brings again dukkha. You go on through this, and ignorance leads to bhava, your birth. Because I want something, so I want to be born as in the womb of mother. No? So you go there and the baby is born, and then born you go on doing your karma. By the impulses of your karma, you go this way, that way. Like that we are bound in the chakra. Again we die and again we are born. It is called the chakra, bhava chakra. Anyhow, so this is, but Ramakrishna didn't go that far. He only says that Buddha is not a atheist, but he has experienced the highest, but he could not. And what is that highest? There is a pure intelligence, pure consciousness. And Buddha means anyone, all of us, can raise our consciousness to that level itself. And that is called the Buddha stage. Narendra says, yes, sir. There are 3 classes of Buddha. One Buddha means the Buddha state. Arhat means those who are monks. And Bodhisattva is another. Bodhisattva is a state where they are liberated, but they keep themselves there and comes down to help others. Swami Vivekananda once said, I want to be born again and again. If I can remove the suffering of someone, even I can give little smile in the face of others. I want to be born again and again. So this again and again, why they are coming? They have no craving for their material enjoyment or fun of petty things. But their desire is how the suffering people, that's actually Buddha's heart. How the suffering of people, suffering of the animals, suffering of anything can be removed. Buddha is meant for that. So, Buddha means some people can go into that state and samadhi, finish. No? That is called Buddha. Bodhi then is bodhisattva. Bodhisattva is a state. You reach there, but you don't merge. You remain little difference. Like Swami Vivekananda was in the meditating with the seven sages, in the high plane, where the gods and goddesses have no entry. So, but why they are meditating there? For coming back again to help humanity and go back again. That's why they say, I come again and again. Not for their own cause, own necessity, but for the good of humanity. So three types. One is called Buddha, the state attained. Another is called Arhat. Arhat means the monastics, monks. They are following the path of Buddha and trying to meditate and do all this. Buddhism is so popular now, so you have also maybe some training yourself. So you have some glimpses of that. So it's very much developed practices. Very step-by-step systems have been given. But too much points, too much things to remember. And Vedanta also does that. But anyhow, so Arhat is a monk, and the third stage is Bodhisattva, a state. They are liberated souls, but they keep their presence in a very high level, and whenever is needed, they come down and do good to the world, redeem the world, and go back. Like Vivekananda. He was here only for 40 years, no? 39 years, 6 months. Very short time. He was there, samadhi, and then Ramakrishna went and pulled him down. Okay, come. But he's always running to run away, run back, run back. That's why Thakur said, I give you all these experiences. Now I locked it, and the key will remain with me. When you will finish mother's work, then I will open it. And that happened. And that's why we read in Mahapurush Maharaj's book, Swamiji, when he used to, everyone was worried, and Swamiji goes to deep mood. That's why his mind is shooting high up. So everyone is to keep his mind a little down for the good of the world. No? So that is the Bodhisattva state. Now, Master. And then he says, Master turned the topic into a different direction. He's saying, this universe, as you see, is a sport of God. Who is here? It is God is playing. Yesterday's example. I am seeing God in the name and form. Is it not? When the example of the snake and rope, I am seeing the rope all the time. When I am frightened and crying about touching that rope as snake, and I jumped out and tried to go to doctor and to get some injection and this and that, I am doing all this. The rope remains the rope. Nothing has happened to the rope. But all has happened in my mind. I have imposed a snake on the rope, and imaginary rope, snake, has beaten me. An imaginary snake has taken me to the hospital. Imaginary snake has to inject me to free from venom. But when you come back and see, where is the snake? Snake was never there. There is no world at all. It is all Satchidananda playing. So Ramakrishna said, that's why it's called the divine play. Divine play and ordinary play. Ordinary play, we are ignorant, we play in our life with everything serious. But spiritual people, they see the play of the consciousness. It is all play of consciousness in the name and form. And Master Sri Ramakrishna continues, why should Buddha be called an atheist? Again he is putting the same question. He said, when one realizes the Swarupa, Swarupa means your essential nature. Understand, your essential nature. What is the essential nature? This nature is essential. This is changing nature. This body, these eyes, ears, nose, whatever we see, this is a changing nature. Every split second it is your mind is a changing nature. So he says that one who realizes the Swarupa. Swarupa means your own divine self. Your who you are really. Not this. So when it is one realizes Swarupa, that means the true nature of one's self capital, one attains the state that is something between Osti and Nasti. He is giving another explanation. Osti and Nasti. It is Osti means is there. Nasti means non-existence. But that's why if you say Brahman is Osti, well, you cannot say. Osti means if it say it is, then it is like any commodity. It is not there. That also I cannot say, because it can be experienced. Only any material thing, if you say it is there, it is limited by length, breadth, height. It is time, space and causation. That's called Osti. Our normal thing. There is a house. House is there. That means this house was built on such and such year. It looks like this, and it will disintegrate in certain time. So, this is our normal concept of anything, Osti. And we say, oh, the building was here, now it is not, no more there. Nasti, not there. So, Osti and Nasti, these two words are in colloquial or our day-to-day parlance of discussion, we use for things which are there and which will not be there in time. So you cannot say that way to Brahman. That's why it is said, I cannot say God is there, I cannot say God is not there. Why? It is a question of experience. And experience you cannot speak out in language. When you express that, that does not remain infinite then. It becomes finite. Finite through your language. Finite through your mind. So Narendra says that it is, Ramakrishna said, when one realizes the Swarupa, the spiritual nature, one attains that state that is something between Osti and Nasti. And then Narendra is explaining, it is a state in which contradictions meet together. And that is the only, if you reach that samadhi state or that state of nirvana, then all types of questions, contradictions are gone. Upanishad says that what? Chiddante sarva samsaya. All doubts are gone if one can reach that point. Vidyante sarva samsaya. Chiddante hridaya granthi. All the knots of your heart. Knot means complexities of our mind that will be cut asunder. And Vidyante hridaya granthi. Chiddante sarva samsaya. All doubts. There will be no more doubt. Is God there? Or is not there, these will be no more an issue because you live in that consciousness only. So one attains that state, and the state which is there, all contradictions meet. A combination, and he is giving the idea that, giving a modern example, hydrogen and oxygen, they produce water. The same hydrogen and oxygen are used so that you can make a flame. Oxyhydrogen flame. In their state, both activity and non-activity are possible. That is to say, one of them performs unselfish action. That is, who is that non-activity? In a samadhi. A person in the samadhi is non-active. And when he comes again into the consciousness, he does work like Buddha did, preached Buddhism to the length and breadth of India, and established the Buddhistic idea of this knowing, becoming Buddha himself, yourself. Worldly people who are engrossed in sense objects say that everything exists, that this is the only thing, this is the exist. Worldly people. And those who are Mayavadi, Mayavadi means those who intellectually understand it is Maya, Maya, Maya. What they do? Say nothing exists. They say, oh, these are all non-existent. No? orthodox Vedantins, they will say what? This name and form, I am seeing. It is not there. You are seeing illusion. You are seeing delusion. You are moving in a desert and you are seeing water. You are seeing delusion. No, I see the water. No, you see the water, it is not there. Huh? So some say, Vedanta Badis or Maya Badis, those who hold on to this principle only, they say this world is not there. And those people who are on the other side, they say this is here. Asti. So Swamiji says that illusionist, Mayavadis means those who believe in illusion, this is an illusion, both say nothing exists. Nasti. So the experience of Buddha, these are the two groups of people. One say it is here, these are all true. Some say, no, it is all illusion. You see, but it is not there. The water in the desert is not there. I'll give the example, Ramakrishna's example. It's one single stick you see is broken in a bucket of water. You see. No, it has not become broken. It is illusion. So the illusionist will say, it is true. Simply this world is not there, only Brahman alone is there. Okay? And the dualist will say, it is here. So Buddha reached a state where this and that, all contradiction goes away, beyond that. Master, this existence and non-existence are attributes of the Prakriti. The reality is beyond both. This existence, you say, it is here, it is not here. It is the 24 principles, no? So, it is called the Prakriti. Non-existent, they are the attributes of Prakriti. Prakriti is what? Purusha and Prakriti, Sankhya philosophy. Sankhya says Purusha is the conscious entity, like the oven, and Prakriti is in the pot, in the pan, you put all these items. Because it comes in close proximity with the heat. So whole food is boiling, no? They are becoming different taste as it was separate items, no? That you find that water which is cold, you see that is hot. The rice which was hard, it becomes soft. So all is happening because of the close proximity of the Purusha. So these 24 principles are the material cause of this universe. What are the 24 principles? 24 tattva, 5 perception, senses of perception, 5 senses of action, hand, feet. 5 elements. We cannot survive one day without drinking water. Water, fire, we take the food, calorie, water, fire, space, I am holding some space, breath, air, and tej, marut, bomb, space. So, kshiti means earth element, the body is made of rice dal, so this earth element, kshiti, up, drinking water, up, teja, the food what you take out of that calorie, heat, no? That is the heat that gives the maintains the body heat. Marut, breathing. Without breath, people will not survive. And bomb, space, where I am occupying little space. Cosmic space. I am taking this space as much this height, length it takes, no? So with these 5 elements, and 5 sense organs and 5 organs of action, 3 into 5, 15, I am coming. That will be last. And then another 5 is necessary. That is your subtle body. When you are in the dream, there also you breathe, there also you have some eyes, there also you have some hand. So there will be 5 of the subtle things. So subtle element, gross element, this water, air, etc., etc. And in dream also, you eat food. But that food is not this rice what you cooked here. Huh? In your dream food, that's also food. And you feel your appetite there. Huh? But they're not this food. So that's a subtle food. So anyhow, so 4 into 5, 20. And as you are talking about, your prakriti, your mind, intellect, ego, etc., they are packed together. They are called 4, 24. So, that this existence and non-existence, they are the nature of the, Ramakrishna says, they are the attributes of the Prakriti. Purusha, Prakriti. Prakriti's attributes are these 24 principles. The reality is beyond both, beyond Prakriti and beyond Purusha. Devotees remained silent for a few moments. Master to Narendra, what did Buddha preach? Again, Narendra says, he did not discuss the existence or non-existence of God. He did not directly say God is there or God is not there. But he showed compassion for all others all his life. That is the beauty of Buddhism. So compassion to all living creature. No? A hawk pounced upon a bird and was about to devour it. In order to save the bird, Buddha gave the hawk his own flesh. There is a story. Hawk means a bird, meat-eating bird. And like that, what you call the vultures. So there is a story that in the form of vulture there came, who came I do not know. So there is a story that the vulture got one hawk, better to say hawk. Hawk caught one a bird, pounced on a bird, and he has to eat. That is the way he lives. And Buddha saw that. And Buddha made in a terms to that, you take my flesh rather than the flesh of the bird. No? So much compassion. In his young days, there is a story. His brother was also went learn archery, and then he shoot one flying swan, and he was happy. The swan has fallen down, crying and dying, and Buddha saw, and he ran, and he took out the arrow out of the body and was taking care of them to heal that. And then this brother, cousin, he came, he said, this belongs to me. He said, yes, how can it belong to you? He who gives life, it belongs to him, or who destroys, it belongs to him. You have thrown your arrow to kill this, and I am trying to save him. So if you want, you can kill me. That means his love for living being, that is the major thing. That's why we call Swami Vivekananda is the heart of Buddha. That's why suffering of people he could not tolerate. Anywhere in the world, anyone suffering, he used to in tears, no? Like Buddha. And knowledge, like Shankara. That's why he called Rama Vivekananda is Buddha, heart of Buddha, and brain of Shankara. Two together was Vivekananda. In his life, as much developed the intellect, no? Brain, all the Vedantic philosophy, and the highest critical analysis of them. At the same time, heart, so broad and vast. So he said, Buddha gave the hawk his own place. Sri Ramakrishna remained silent. Narendra became more and more enthusiastic about Buddha. Narendra said, how great is the renunciation was Buddha's. Born a prince, he renounced everything. If a man has nothing, no wealth at all, what does he renounce? Renunciation amount to? What is renunciation? Renunciation means you have something, you give up. If a beggar says, I have renounced everything, beggar has nothing, so his question of renunciation does not come. So he says, now Swamiji is saying, Buddha was the prince. He has everything. Money, wealth, wife, amusement, palace, food, whatever he wants, everything. But in just thrice, he gave up everything for knowing the truth. So he's emphasizing the renunciation of Buddha. After attaining Buddhahood and experiencing that nirvana, Buddha was visited his home and exhorted his wife, his son, and many others of the royal household to embrace the life of renunciation. He became a monk and he went back. Or when he was going, all of them, they renounced their life and followed the path of Buddha. But look, Vyasa conduct. He forbade his son Sukadeva to give up the world, saying, my son practiced religion as a householder. There is a story. This story is that Vyasa, who is Vyasa? Vyasa is the author of Mahabharata, author of this Brahma Sutras, compiler of the for whose grace we are getting the 4 Vedas, this division of the Vedas. What a tremendous work. There is no computer like today. You give the computer and it will sort out here, there. No? He did it in his brain, the whole Vedas, and divided into 4 divisions. Vyasa. And as Guru Purnima, we say Guru Purnima, the Purnima full moon night of Guru, it is the birthday of Vyasa. Such a knowledgeable person. But his son was born, and the son was Shukadeva. He was ecstatic in God. So he was going away, leaving the home. And the father ran after him. Hey, my child, come back, don't go, come back. Stay in home and lead a householder life. Swamiji is saying, look at Vyasa being such illumined person, still he is asking his son to come back. And opposite, Buddha became renunciate and he influenced the whole royal family to become the Buddhist. Ramakrishna was silent, as yet he had not uttered a word. Narendra, Buddha didn't care for Shakti or any such thing. He sought only Nirvana. Ah, how interesting and how intense his dispassion was. When he sat down under the Bodhi tree to meditate, he took the vow, let my body wither away here if I don't attain Nirvana. Such a firm resolution. He said, I am sitting here now. Let my body just break down to pieces. And the flesh is emaciated. I will realize this nirvana, this freedom. Otherwise I am not getting up from this seat. What a great resolution. So Swamiji is appreciating that. Such a firm resolution. This body indeed is the great enemy. Can anything be achieved without chastising it? This is opposite to the idea in the West, no? We are to pamper the body. That's why when someone fasts, I say, no, don't do, because, no, we like this body a little bit, preserve, no? But Buddha didn't pamper the body. He said, body is for God realization. If it does not give God realization, let it go. So, a firm renunciation. Indeed, is a great body is an enemy otherwise, because it takes us to forgetfulness of the body and enjoyment of food and sense pleasures, no? So it should be chastised. No, you cannot go for pleasure. You come for spiritual pleasure. Help me. So that is the way Swamiji's renunciation, fire. Shashi, Sarvadevananda, Ramakrishna. But it is you who say that one develops sattva by eating meat. You insist that one should eat meat. Narendra, I eat meat, no doubt, but I can also live on rice, mere rice, even without salt. He says that Swamiji sometimes said, eat meat, get good body, strong body, to realize God. So Sosi is saying, now you are saying that You have to chastise the body and fast it. And now, and you also eat meat. Then he said, oh, yes, I eat meat, no doubt, but I can also, I have the power that I can eat even nothing, even rice, no salt, no spice. After a few minutes, Sri Ramakrishna broke his silence. He asked Narendra by a sign whether he had seen a tuft of hair on Buddha's head. Narendra, no sir, he seems to have a sort of crown. Buddha's head, eh, tuft of hair was when? Like here, tuft of hair, here. You see the Vaishnavas, Hare Krishna people, they keep a tuft of hair. In Belur Math, if you go, you have to keep tuft of hair. They cut everything and keep something round here, some hair. And it will remain, till you get your monastic vows. That time Guru will cut it. Sannyas. During sannyas, they will cut it. That means it is a sign that you are thinking of the highest Brahman. This is the symbol. So he said, Ramakrishna said, did you see in Buddha's head some tuft hair? Narendra says, no sir. It seems to have sort of crown. His head seems to be covered by strings of Rudraksha beads placed on top of one on another. Rudraksha bead, the way you do japa, somebody puts. In Buddha's head you find that there is a bead-like thing, goes up. Narendra, they show that he is in samadhi. And Master Sri Ramakrishna is asking about how his eyes. He says, Narendra says, they show that he is in samadhi. So eyes are closed almost. Sri Ramakrishna again became silent. Narendra and the other devotees looked at him intently. Suddenly a smile lighted his face and he began to talk with Narendra. M then started fanning him. Okay, so we end here. This time is up. And so we have little bit of discussion about Buddha today. Buddha's philosophy, Buddha's love, Buddha's principle, Buddha's idea of renunciation, spirit of renunciation. These are the greatest idea things what we can learn from Buddha. Anything question? Oh, some questions have come. Anything here?
No, it's the same question, the same one I gave you.
Where can I acquire all lectures of Sarvadevananda in MP3? Oh, so you can do that. Listen, somebody is asking, you want to have some lectures, you can go in youtube.com/Voice of Vedanta. There you can find all the archival, all the talks and lectures there. Also you come to our Vedanta.org, youtube.com/Vedanta.org. There also you will find either of the two places. And Mark, Kailas Ashram is 150 years old, I guess. No. It is not 150 years old. It is since Kailas Ashram is established by whom? Shankara probably. It will be a long, old story. How to increase selfless bhakti towards Thakur? Yeah, this is a different topic, no? Selfless, I think we can do that following the Buddha's path, loving others, caring for others. If we increase this way, at least we feel the suffering. Now, COVID is going on. There are so many places where all these problems are going on. People are very in difficult time. So if we feel for them, serve them something, give them something, that way our heart will be increased. And then with that pure heart, love for God will be there. So selfless action, Buddha's way of loving others, that may help us very much. And another question, Maharaj got initiation mantra at Kailas Ashram. Abhedananda ji, Maharaj got initiation mantras at Kailas, ashram in Rishikesh. That I am saying. And there probably he got the mantras. That means I talked about that sannyas mantras where he got. So here is one. Swami Abhedananda Ji Maharaj got initiation mantras at Kailas ashram. Thanks for giving this information. I forgot it. And I don't think anything more is there. Thank you all.
Someone is saying that why Ramakrishna, if you go below, like you scroll up.
Thank you, Satya.
No, here, it will have the question here. Rita Kama.
Rita. Why was Ramakrishna mission registered as non-Hindu and called as mission like a missionary instead of Sangha? Ah ha ha. This is a very old misconceived idea. Yes. No. Ramakrishna mission is not non-Hindu. It is a Hindu organization. Some period came that was for protection of the schools and colleges. For that part only, Ramakrishna Mission declared that we are non-Hindus in the sense we are, because the others are getting the advantage of minority. So Ramakrishna ideal is minority because it is believing harmony of all religions. Most of the doctrinal religion will not accept that. Even in Hinduism, if you go to Vaishnavas or go to Shaktas, they think that path is the only path. So Ramakrishna's path is the universal path. So when that was the process, so we may be considered as minor to protect our schools and colleges where we give special education. During that period, for legal reason, it was a legal term given. And then afterwards that situation has gone, and it is now long back. It is the same declaration in legal term as also in real term. It is a Hindu organization. It's Sanatana Dharma organization. Okay, thank you. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Tomorrow is anything? Tomorrow is Buddha Purnima. So you are all invited to attend at 7:30. It will open, start, and our Daya Prana will be giving the presentation with Buddha's whatever she has done like previous years. So please, if you have time, please join us. Thank you all.